You're a prisoner in a fantasy world. After a week in jail for redacted, your true punishment has come. Death by the dragon's flame. One by one, you watch men be scorched. It is finally your turn. The dragon reaches its head down, but instead of death, you get a warm lick on the forehead. The furnace of her breath washes over me like the open door of an oven. It isn't unexpected, but that doesn't make it comfortable. I wince my eyes further shut. A rumbling crackle deep within her throat vibrates her exhalations. Surely this is the end. The cool moisture which lashes against my forehead is paralyzing. Surprise. Uncertainty. Fear. My body seizes in an anticipatory rigor mortis of expectation. The flames must be coming. The second lap of cool moisture against my brow causes something entirely unexpected to well up from within: curiosity. Perhaps the flame warden is just playing with her food, but that would go against everything I know of the dragons. They don't take pleasure in any of this. It is merely their purpose. The flames still don't come, so I am forced to open my eyes. Peeking through eyelashes, I immediately shrink back at what greets me. A gigantic, molten red, slit eye is mere inches my face, watching expectantly. Reflexively, once more my eyes snap shut. The seconds begin to stretch and the murmuring begins. The crowds assembled to watch the bellowing are typically reverent in their observance. It is not meant to be a spectacle. It is not meant to be enjoyed. The flame warden solemnly carry out the punishments rendered upon the ashen, no more, no less. Unable to bear it any longer, I begin to open my eyes once more and find a similar sight. The unblinking eye hasn't moved. I tilt my head and furrow my brow, much the same as I would to avoid staring into the midday sun, as I try to meet the creature's gaze. Seemingly assured that I am watching, the massive head reorients itself so that I now find myself staring down the snout of the red worm. Before the thoughts of flame and death can overwhelm me for a second time, her tongue slithers forth from between the rows of pointed teeth and brushes back the hair from my soot-stained forehead. It is cool and moist in a completely unexpected, but familiar way. I swear I see the corners of the giant leathery lips of the warden curl. The crowd's murmur continues to grow into a near crescendo. The noise gets to such a level that I am forced to tear my eyes from the magnificently terrifying creature before me. The crowd is panicked. Some are fleeing up the rows of seats which are carved into the marble structure. Others are animatedly gesticulating, clearly arguing with those around them. Continually I see the onlookers gesturing down towards me. I am at a loss as to what is happening. None of this makes sense. My attention snaps back to the flame warden. Her head has receded from the dais as she regains her full, towering height. The rune-carved, metal chains which bind her wings to her body are pulled taut as she rears onto back legs, her long sinewy neck snaking up towards the cavern ceiling. I watch her underbelly swell sharply, just before the air is torn asunder. The roar which bellows from the very soul of the beast is felt rather than heard. The cavern itself reverberates, the ground beneath my feet trembles in much the same way as the air within my chest. The silence which slowly takes the place of the sound as it finishes is deafening. The relatively gentle sound of the dragon's front claws crashing back to the stone is muffled. The flame warden's head serpents back towards me. I am simply incapable of reacting. That I am still alive is more than I can handle, but what comes next shakes me to my very core. The words are licked with flame and purpose and hope. I have waited so long for you to come.